Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday, 14th of November 2019, and this is a little update just to give you a clue as to the lunacy, absolute lunacy. Right, the idea is this floor ceiling, it's a floor if you're above it, it's a ceiling if you're below it, is too low to make use of this space. So the plan is to take the beams out and to raise them and set them back in. That's the plan. It's great fun, discovering all sorts of no major headaches, just time-consuming bits of silliness. There's the first beam set where it should be. Here is the second beam now taken out. Here is the socket that it came out of. And as you can see, there's sort of issues, isn't there? Now, the way these walls are built is there are a stone wall and another stone wall, and in the middle is just a sort of muck fill, odd bits of stone, ordinary mud mortar. I don't even think that's mixed with lime. I think it is just straightforward clay. And of course, over time it sort of migrates. Where it goes, who knows? It dries out, it shrinks, it falls out, and you end up with this sort of bit of a nightmare going on. So what we're doing, piece at a time, is cutting stone and rebuilding, and it's a slow process, but it's, I'm getting there. As we're going, we're doing various little bits of repair. This wall is now rough pointed. Rough is the right word. Because I'm using a certain amount of brute force and ignorance, I didn't want all of the stones to fall out on my toe. I'm rather keen that the building doesn't collapse, so I've pushed mortar in. That's all got to be rendered at some stage and then plastered and, I don't know, wallpapered, who knows. The mortar that I'm using is Show, which is basically, it's a lime mortar, and it works quite nicely. It's horrible to mix, but this is what we're up to, and this is what we're up against. I'm going to have to find some odd bits of stone to push into those holes and knock up some more mortar. And what I'm going to do here is cut a stone to fit in there. Then it's got to be built up a bit and we can reset the beam. So there we are. Oh yeah, there's the hole in the wall. It's all got to come out, that wall. It actually doesn't support anything, but it saves me going and buying stone. That's in effect my quarry. The job will take quite a while because, we've got, what have we got? Well, we've got one beam in, we've got one beam out, we've got 1, 2, 3 this side of the wall to take out. They're going to be slightly more interesting because that beam that they sit in is, as you can see, not really fit for purpose, is it? The plan is that that's going to be replaced with a steel beam, which is, I've got a plan for that. Then we've got those beams there to come out. That will be a certain amount of comedy. Then that wall there with the crack running down it, that's got to come out. That's my emergency water supply. This summer we were horribly dry, so when it rained I filled up all my empty water bottles. They're going to be in my way shortly. There we are. We're getting somewhere. Oh, I filled that hole there. There was a big hole somewhere there. Not there. There. Yeah, we're making progress, but it's a slow job. Well, I'm pleased with that. That's a stone cut to go in the in that gap there. Yeah, right, what I need to do, having just cut stone and made an awful lot of dust, I think we'll take that out and we'll pop it where I can find it in a moment, and then we're going to push lots of mortar into that hole and set this stone.